Hi chefs, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make stewed beans, Puerto Rican style, habichuela guisada. And this is just my way, this is how I make it. If you want to learn how to make this recipe, then keep watching. So for this recipe, you'll need ground cumin, cilantro leaves, sofrito, recaito, onion powder. I'm using sliced potatoes in a can just to save time and hassle from peeling potatoes, but you're more than welcome to peel some potatoes and throw that in. I'm just being lazy, and this is just to show that, you know what, canned potatoes can work in this recipe. I'm also going to be using a little bit of canola oil, oregano, 2 cans of red beans, garlic powder, adobo, and black pepper. Sorry for my oregano looking crazy. I left it on the stove while my oven was on and it kind of melted. So I also have 2 packs of Sazon Goya con Cilantro y Achiote. This is my favorite kind of sazon because it adds a nice color. And to the left, I have a flavor of chicken or a flavor of pork. I went with the pork today, but that's up to you and which flavor you like to add. You don't even have to add any flavors if you don't want to. It's just to add extra kick of flavor. So today I went with the ham. Alrighty, so let's begin cooking. Here I have a saucepan and I am adding my canola oil. My fire is at a 6 right now, which is pretty much medium high. And I'm only adding enough oil to coat the bottom of the pot. And it gets pretty hot quickly since it's only a thin layer of oil. Now I'm gonna go in with my sofrito and I'm adding 3 tablespoons. I'm not using a technical tablespoon if you must. I'm just using a big spoon from my kitchen. Next is I'm putting in my recaito, 3 tablespoons as well. And now I'm going to stir everything together pretty vigorously to get all of those flavors incorporated. And I want the sofrito and recaito to pretty much saute all together. And this is a very important step. You cannot skip the sofrito and recaito. Next, I'm adding my jamon, my flavor seasoning. Stir that up. And then I'm going to add my dry seasonings, except my cilantro and cumin. I'm going to add that later on in the bean process. So I went in with my adobo. My adobo is to taste, and pretty much all the seasonings are to taste. I'm adding my pepper. Adding my garlic powder. Kind of go heavy on that. I'm adding my onion powder. Adding my oregano. And I'm stirring that up, getting rid of those clumps. And next I'm gonna add my sofrito. I'm sorry, my sazon. Why I get those mixed up all the time. And you can see the color that it has created, a nice deep red, which is what I like. And I'm just gonna let this cook for about 5 minutes. All right, now I'm gonna be adding my canned potatoes, and I'm only adding half of the can because I don't need the whole can. And I'm gonna take my spoon and stir it, but I'm also gonna break those slices up in half. So you're gonna see me just use my spoon to just smash them. They're pretty soft already since they're cooked, so it's easy for you to just kind of stab it and break it up a little bit. And now we're just gonna saute those all together, and we are gonna let it cook for about 4 minutes, and we'll be back when it's cooked. So now at this point, you want to get your cilantro leaves in there and your cumin. And stir it up. And now, while this is cooking, you want to shake your bean cans very, very, very hard to make sure everything is well incorporated in the can, and then add your beans to the pot. As you can see, I shook it very well, and there's nothing in there as far as like like the bean sauce at the bottom. Sometimes it gets stuck at the bottom, so if you just shake it really hard, it'll all come out. So here I'm stirring very, very rough, and it's because I want to add all those flavors together. So at this point, I'm just gonna let this cook, and my stove is still at a 6, by the way. Okay, here I'm gonna just taste it just to see how it's coming along, and I'm okay with the taste for now. Now I'm just gonna cover it, and we are going to let this come to a simmer. As you can see here, it came to a simmer, and I'm just giving it a nice stir. And right now it's a little bit too thick for me, but don't get me wrong, I like a thick sauce. I don't like a runny bean. So here I'm adding half a cup of water, and it's just gonna thin out that sauce to the perfect way that I like it. But of course, the more water, the more sauce. But do keep in mind that if you do add more water, you have to add more seasonings because your water is diluting your flavors. So now I'm going to let this cook for 15 minutes on number 2, which is a low, and I'm just gonna let this cook. And here is the finished product. My beans, habichuela guisada, Puerto Rican beans. It looks delicious, and you can see all those good seasonings in there. Also, my sauce is thick but not runny or like too watery. You see? It turned out so good, and I hope you guys enjoy this recipe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this recipe, please follow my page at Cooking with Kelly Michelle on Instagram. Make sure to like my video, and if you use my recipe, please tag me in all of your photos and videos. Thanks so much for watching.